All right, good morning, everybody. All three
Morning.
of you. We'll go ahead and get started. If anybody else jumps in here late, we'll let them in. So a quick progress report on what took place last week. The subcontractor finished all of the planter beds and seat walls along Howard, effectively ending sidewalk construction on Howard. Now there's still a few little cleanup things that still have yet to take place on that. Some of the pavers, just getting those final pavers cut, the planter beds filled and things like that. But we're in the home stretch of that, and all of that should be completed here in the next couple days. So we're good on that. Last week, they also finished all their water main work and put in the yard hydrant connections on Ashland and Howard. And pavement markings were put down on Howard actually late Sunday night. And then yet this week, they will get the street signage up on that corridor, and the light poles. The street light poles, I believe the south half of Howard were done yesterday, and if they're not doing them right now, they will be getting them done today. All of the rest of Howard in front of the courthouse on that block. So other things taking place this week, subgrade preparation on Ashland between First and Howard, an important step to kind of start the roadway paving there. We're still probably a few weeks away from getting that stretch of road paved, but that's getting there. IMU did have an issue with one of their an electrical line and a fiber line that was running on into the Justice Center that was just a tad low, or tad high, I should say, coming in. So they did have to reroute that, and that cost us a day on the street project, but we're still going to be able to catch up on that and keep everything on schedule here as far as closures next week. Mentioned streetlights getting installed in Howard. We'll start the installation of subdrain and rock chambers on Ashland between First and Howard, either late this week or early next week. And then yesterday, we joined Absolute on doing kind of our final inspection of the block of Howard. We always refer to this as kind of the punch list walk, but we'll just go through that, and kind of there's just a few cleanup items they'll have to take care of before we get that open. So working off of that last statement there. So one thing to note on that is during our punch walk yesterday, we did realize that there is a failure in one of the panels at the intersection of Howard and Salem. It's not in the middle of the intersection. It's off to the north of that intersection, kind of towards the portion that's closed right now. However, the city is going to be requiring the contractor to fix that because it is a pretty big crack that is formed in that intersection there, and it's not up to the standards for the city to accept it. So we are requiring the contractor to fix that. With that, I know last week we had mentioned, and we had been starting to get some stuff out, that the intention was to have Howard Street open by Thursday. Because of that failure, we're going to have to push that back to early next week. We're pretty confident that either late Tuesday, early Wednesday next week, we should be able to get that block open. But until we get that concrete panel repaired, it's just going to have to wait a little bit, because that needs to be done before the city can have that open to traffic. So frustrating for us completely. I know it's probably frustrating for the few of the business owners on there. Trust me, none of us were happy about it yesterday, but we continue to work through things like that with the contractor, and just making sure that they let us know about them when they see them, so we can kind of adjust some schedules and communicate out that to everybody. So a little bit of a late notice, but we will do that. I need to check with the contractor on it too. I know the current fence that's up on Howard, when they do close Ashland, and again, Ashland is still on schedule to be closed on Monday. Some of that fencing that is up on Howard, they plan on using on Ashland. So there's going to be a few days where that fence is going to come down. The street will still be closed, but that fence will be down. So we'll at least get that out of the way here, but I'll have to double check and find out exactly when they do plan on doing that. I don't know if it'll be the end of this week or early next week. So looking at our notes here really quick. Yeah, we're going to start the prep work to pave Ashland between First and Howard. I know that did that with the subgrade preparation that will continue today, but we should get to a point late next week and then early into the week after that where we're pretty good position to start getting that paved, getting curb lines in, start getting those pavers in, and then move to sidewalk construction, which will hopefully move pretty fast. So then the last thing on that, again, we noticed Ashland from Howard to B Street will get that shut down on Monday morning, July 18th, and then those 3 blocks of Ashland will be closed. We'll start kind of getting all our signage out of there, light poles down, things like that will all start coming down on Monday. And then looking into the week of July 25th, we're looking to pave the road on Ashland between First and Howard, including that intersection of Ashland and Howard, and then start sidewalk construction. And then the other thing that we'll start next week is we'll start removal of roads on Ashland between Howard and B Street. I know there's been a few business owners in that corridor that have been kind of asking us for dates when that'll happen. And I believe they do plan on starting the pavement removals on that on Tuesday. Once they get the road closed and they kind of get everybody out of there to get all the assets that we have in there, streetlights and everything removed, they will probably start on that on Tuesday. Let me double check. And I think Brenda, that'll be something that we can communicate at the end of the week, kind of when our schedule is on that. My guess is it'll probably be about a 2-day removal to get those 2 blocks done, day and a half, 2 days, something like that. But we'll communicate out to everybody kind of the plan on where we'll start and kind of where we think we'll be each day on that. So with that, I think that covers everything that we had on our list. And if I missed anything, let me know, Brenda. Otherwise, happy to answer any questions if there's any out there.
Nope, that's everything on my list.
And I see Rick, I see your note on there. Yeah, apologize for that. We'll talk to them on that and just see if there's something, Rick, that we can do maybe for you there for the weekend. Just at least note that, like I said, once we hit the Monday, we're going to have that intersection shut back down and that entire block there just to get that pavement repaired. So again, apologize for that. And we didn't notice it till yesterday, and just need them to address that quickly before we get everything open. So. But we are close. Anything else? All righty. Well, I know next week is a big week for a few of you over there in Ashland on kind of getting everything done. So again, if there's any concerns during that process, let us know. Again, like we've said a few times now, any signage you guys want to put up on that fence, please do so to kind of help people around. Just make sure it's nothing too valuable that's going up there. But it'll be a little bit of a shifting of things next week, and we hope to kind of get moving on that fast and get to the finish line on all of this here by the end of the construction season. So appreciate everybody's patience. But again, if there's anything.
Hey, Charlie, I got one thing.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
A concern I have with this whole project, originally we were told that there was going to be a handicap accessibility on the business side of Howard. Why did that get taken away? Why is the courthouse getting all of the handicap spots and the businesses have to take the brunt of the loss?
Well, I mean, we've split that up when we look at that. So we've got 4 sides of the square. The courthouse gets a few handicap spots because they need it for their customers. And then on the other sides, the businesses are getting them. So just because that is the front door of the courthouse, it was pertinent that we had handicap spots available for that, because that's going to be a lot of the traffic that is going into that building is going to be from that side. So when we added those spots in there, that's why they were put where they were.
Well, it's what what's bothering me on it is that street had a handicap access before the project. Right in front of the bank, there was a handicap ramp going up. Now, due to this new design, our business no longer has a handicap in front of our store or, on the street of our store. So, the business is, due to the courthouse getting rebuilt and everything and it taking precedent over everything else, where we had handicap access, now we don't. So the businesses have to take, the brunt of the, of the BS of it all.
Yeah, and
we had handicap access and now we don't. We had more parking, now we don't. So the businesses have, I had a flag spot in front of my store. Now I don't. So my store, legitimately, my store has taken a major hit because of this construction. It's making me regret bringing my business and paying taxes to Indianola.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the handicap, like I said, we look at that from an overview of the entire square, and we have to lay it out where it's appropriate, where the design welcomes it. There's issues that we have to look at when we do that. We've got to meet ADA requirements, which are very stringent, to get, certain slopes on ramps and things like that. So everything was designed, engineered in certain places. We are required to have per block, for every 25 parking spaces, you have to have one handicap spot. On your block there, we have 2 handicap spots, and I think we have somewhere near 25. So we're actually exceeding handicap parking on that block there, because you have those 2. So I don't necessarily agree that we are taking away handicap spots. I understand locations and everything like that, but we have to take a look at the entire square and place those where they're appropriate.
Okay. Well, bureaucratic, I guess.
We're following ADA regulations, so. Anything else? All righty. Well, again, if there's any questions that come up within the week, please let us know. Otherwise, we'll see everybody next Wednesday.
Thanks, Charlie.
All right.
Thanks,
Talk to you guys
Charlie.
later.
Thank you, Charlie.
Bye.